Thank you very much. I want to give a shout out to a bunch of my volunteers who are here in their purple shirts, because today we're participating in 32 distinct cleanups across the city of Toronto. 400 volunteers mobilized to work with other groups. So thank you for all of your hard work. It's really great to be at the Green Living Show and to be able to witness the people of the city of Toronto and beyond coming here in search of the kind of solutions that can allow them to live in a more sustainable way. This is obviously a mission that we are on individually, and it's a mission that we must join together to promote as community. I am in favor of sustainability, and the policies which I've been part of as a provincial government, and especially the policies which I am in this campaign going to advance, and which, if I am lucky enough to enjoy your support, I will advance as mayor. Intensification stands as an example of something that poses challenges in local communities, but at the same time allows us to make important steps forward to be more sustainable. But we can't do that without enhancement to transit, and we certainly can't do it without an integrated transportation plan. That's what I'm in favor of. I've already called in this election campaign for strategies which will allow our parks, which become even more important as more of us live in this city, to be adopted by local community, and for 15 of our parks to emerge as signature parks. The quality of our public spaces, of the public realm, in an environment where we're bringing more people to our city, is one of the most crucial objectives of municipal government. In my time at the province of Ontario, I was involved in helping to implement the growth plan. And the growth plan in and of itself asks us to do a better job of managing the resources that the environment provides, of living somewhat more closely together and accordingly taking the steps that are about sustainability. But I've also had a chance since 2003 to be part of an initiative in the province of Ontario, which stands as the single largest climate change initiative to be found anywhere in North America, and that is the elimination of coal-fired electricity generation. And Ontario is making great strides forward, and I was very, very privileged as Minister of Energy and Infrastructure to bring forward the Green Energy and Green Economy Act, which provides the promise of 50,000 additional jobs in Ontario. But more than that, provides the promise for us as Torontonians to take advantage of this opportunity and to transform the way that we generate electricity. We have the opportunity now to emerge as more of a solar city, and with some wind as well, to enhance the amount of green energy that we're depending upon. These forms of renewable energy are not only about a cleaner environment, but they are about an economic opportunity for the people of Toronto. And that's why I believe so fervently that we must hold on to the ownership of Toronto Hydro. Not just because it's an essential service, not just because it's a monopoly, not just because it provides dividends to the City of Toronto, but because Toronto Hydro can be a platform upon which we can build, bring more renewable energy to life, and enhance economic and environmental opportunities for the people of the City of Toronto. I'm going to push for green and renewable energy. I'm going to push for better water quality. We are a lakefront city and must do more to celebrate this close association with the lake. And I look forward in this discussion to talking to you about some of the ideas that I have around things like urban farming as an example. Thank you very much.
The province has been pushing for green jobs, wants to be a leader in that. How would you, as Mayor of the City of Toronto, make Toronto the leader within the province?
The reality is that Toronto Hydro is a monopoly in the provision of an essential service. And I think for those reasons alone, it bears protection. I also think that with Toronto Hydro, we have a platform which allows us to expand the integration of renewable energy, which is about creating economic opportunity and jobs and allowing us to achieve our climate change objectives. The point of the matter is that in Ontario, a jurisdiction which is eliminating coal, there are tremendous opportunities for renewable energy to emerge. And no better opportunity exists than in urbanized area where the rooftop is being monetized. Don't ask me and don't listen to the people on the panel. Wander around from booth to booth to booth here at the Green Living Show and ask those small entrepreneurs and the large ones too, how many jobs are being created associated with the feed-in tariff that is an initiative that George Smitherman advanced as Minister of Energy and Infrastructure. I know that there are more opportunities for Toronto to promote economic activity. Our unions, like the building trades, are gaining capacity to do the kind of rooftop installations which allow Toronto to emerge as a world leader in renewable energy. This is the vision that I support, and this is the vision that I will advance.
Thank you very much, George. Moving on to our next question, issues of the budget. Came in with a balanced budget at the last minute this year. Next year may be a struggle. How do you work with the city's financial problems?
The City of Toronto has a fiscal credibility problem, and I think tackling that fiscal credibility problem is job one. As a mayor, you should expect that I will join the budget committee and I will be involved in a line-by-line review of the city's budget, which will allow us also to bring a greater focus to the things that the City of Toronto might wish to spend resources on. I think that the city budget process needs to be demystified. It needs to be more transparent and open and to invite people in. And this is part and parcel of the approach that I will lead if I'm fortunate enough to be the mayor of our fantastic city. I do think that over the last number of years, through the federal and provincial gas tax, through some uploading which has occurred, through the introduction of new taxation measures like the land transfer tax, and through regularized tax increases, the amount of resources available to the City of Toronto has improved. The City of Toronto has a culture which says we have a revenue problem. But I think actually, in point of fact, where we need to focus at the City of Toronto is on the expenditure side. I think we have an expenditure problem, that we can have a balanced budget on an annual basis, but not at the last minute and not pulled out of someone's suit pocket at the last minute, but rather on a looking forward basis. This establishment of fiscal credibility is job one. On the issue of Toronto Hydro, Mr. Rossi says it's just a matter of price. But anybody that knows that in the relationship about the delivery of an essential service, there's so much more than that. There's about the way you're treated as a customer, and there's about the loss of Toronto Hydro as a tool of the city for the advancement of interests like green energy.